About 90 Bibles that were selected, so it was difficult to figure out which ones to include. So what I did was I broke up the exhibition into categories. So the English Bible had to be translated from something, and that's one of the important things about it, is that it does go back to the sources. It doesn't rely on the Latin Vulgate, which had been the Bible of Christianity for 1,000 years. It doesn't rely on that text, although it does look to that text, but it doesn't rely on it. It relies principally on the Greek and the Hebrew original manuscripts, or as many of the original manuscripts as the translators could get their hands on. So that meant choosing some of our finer examples of medieval manuscripts, which is always a pleasant task. Then looking at the Bibles that preceded the King James. So there are a number of very important names. The Tyndale, which I already mentioned. And then going through history, the Coverdale Bible, which is the first legal English translation of the Bible. The Great Bible, which is the first authorized translation of the Bible, 1539. The Geneva, the Bible of the Puritans from 1557 and then 1560 for the whole Bible. The Roman Catholic translations, because the Roman Church couldn't use any of the Protestant versions. So they come up with their own translations, important translations that we know that even the King James translators looked at when they were trying to decide which versions would be the best to include, or renderings would be the best to include. So that was the second one, or third one. So you have the sources, you have the Protestant Bibles of the Reformation, you have the Catholic Bibles of the Counter-Reformation, and then, of course, the King James. I also wanted to have some kind of exposition of the ways in which the Bible has been treated over the centuries. So that means that there's a section that deals only with fine printings of the Bible and fine bindings of the Bible, because obviously people turn their attentions to that way of embracing the Scriptures, which they regarded as the most important book that was in print anyway. So it's not surprising that you find some very fine printings and fine bindings. Children's Bibles, that was another section. They've been central to children's lives for centuries now, and still are. And then obviously had to have a section that was on modern translations of the Bible, which continue to come out all the time. And also a section on the way in which the Bible was received in North America, with particular consideration of the translations into the native languages, because the first appearances of native script are the Bible. So you could never consider looking at the development of native literature without taking some time to look at Bible translations into Mohawk and Cree and Iroquois.